Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio. I'm Reece.
I'm Dan.
And this week we're doing The Old Guard. The Old Guard follows a small group of underground immortals who become exposed and have to stop themselves from being captured. Meanwhile, a new immortal emerges, and in the middle of all this chaos.
A lot of chaos, crappy story, crappy acting.
You're making this real short review, aren't you?
Oh my God. You can get into the story. Go for it.
I just want to say to everyone, it's going to be an early advertisement here. Go listen to Spoiler Radio, because if you want to watch Dan absolutely nail a movie to the wall...
It's probably the first time I've done this.
I've never seen him go full Jesus and crucify this film, a movie, in my life.
Man.
Never. This was the worst one for you I've ever seen. And you've had some bad ones. I mean, Truth or Dare was bad for you.
I just don't know why. It's just, this just copped the brunt of it.
I just really got it.
Man.
Generally the story for this movie is not great. The simplicity
vanilla
of what we just said is pretty much they get this group of mercenary mortals get exposed, and they have to try and get away from what is a pharmaceutical executive who wants to use them as guinea pigs. Charlize Theron's character, Andy, 6,000-year-old immortal.
Which we don't get much of a backstory.
No, not much. We get little small clips of her backstory. Kind of has this existential crisis where she's dealing with not remembering the good that she's done in her life. So much she has done, but she can't see the good that she has done. And she feels like everything she's done is really for nothing. I mean, it has a point.
It does, but I don't think the movie shows it well to connect with the character or any other characters for that matter. No.
I mean, her backstory with Quinn, another character in the film, this is not giving anything away. There's not really much to spoil for this movie. Her backstory with another character called Quinn is maybe the most interesting part.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a very bland character for someone who should be a real rich character, being 6,000 years old.
It's just, I find it odd the direction they went with this. It can be so much better given what
it had potential,
given the graphic novel that it's based on.
It had so much potential, and then just was destroyed by it. I think that when it comes to the story, very mediocre. The acting is
not the best.
Not great either. I mean, yet again, Charlize Theron's not too bad. But other than that,
I'll say Charlize's character is very similar to her character on Mad Max Fury Road, but it's just not as good.
Yeah.
You'll have to see both the movies to understand why I'm saying that.
Which, as well, I think I explained to Dan.
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road has Charlize being a very simple character.
Yeah.
But the simplicity behind it displays so much more than what we get in this, which is she's saying that she's a very complicated character, which is just, being 6,000 years old, but gives us nothing to play with.
It's hard to believe it because, like I said, there is these flashbacks going back with her other character. The other friendly character, but there's no feel. There's no feel.
There's nothing,
and there's nothing towards the whole movie, towards the finish of the movie. It's just like, okay, this is a waste of time.
I'm way more interested in seeing where she lost her hand in Mad Max Fury Road than what I am in anything in this movie.
Man, just give me more.
Anything.
I just want more of the backstory. That's all I wanted.
Yeah,
because to me that was the most important part of the movie, and you get only a little snippet of it. Where the rest is just, it's actually worse than one of your Wednesday night movies.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Barry Ackroyd, our cinematographer.
This is another shocking one. Because what did we do last week? Adrift?
Yeah. Which he done some really big movies as well. I can't remember the actual...
it's all the Tarantino movies.
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Look, this is, to me...
These are money jobs, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're like, we just need to get paid.
They have to be. So Barry Ackroyd, he shot this movie, The Old Guard, but he also did Captain Phillips.
Hurt Locker.
It's like, they're amazing
United
movies.
93.
Yeah, it's like they look really good. They have their own distinct look. Where the old guard, it just... We're comparing it to like teen movies, but even them, it's like they're shot way better.
Shiny. It's a TV show shiny teen. It's horrible. And also the action is terrible.
It's not good.
How it's shot.
It's hard
Too many
to follow.
cuts.
Yeah, too many cuts, hard to follow, camera shaking all over the place.
And it's not even a stylized shake.
No.
It's just boring.
Yeah. Like, I feel bad talking this bad about a movie because, you know, I haven't shot a Hollywood movie before, but unfortunately there's so many other movies that are just way better than this.
Yeah. Going on to like the production design for the film, there's nothing to say about that at all.
No.
This is bland.
No.
This looks like they've taken costumes from, and I know you're going to say, but they're better movies, and I get it. Costumes from things like Divergent, and then just thrown them on these characters.
But they're better movies.
God's sake. But it's true, they've just thrown them on these characters and said, they're mercenaries. And it's none of it is interesting. Even they had this moment where they look up at the Merrick building for the pharmaceutical guy, trying to make it look like it's a cool building, and you're like, it just looks like a building.
I remember that bit. Actually, speaking about Merrick, can we talk about how bad... how bad
Dudley.
the villain
It's just
is.
Dudley.
Yeah, Dudley, yeah.
Dudley plays Dudley, but older.
It's not good.
Dudley plays Dudley if he was a millionaire. That's it. Done. Credits on that.
I just don't get this
The
movie.
last part, the very last part, the cardinal sin of this film, in my opinion.
This is like a roasting, by the way.
Well, it is, because it's bad.
The thing is, I tried to walk into this positive. But anyway, pick up.
The cardinal sin of this movie, the music.
Oh.
Like, think about 50 Shades of Grey music in action scenes.
You know what? 50 Shades of Grey is better than this movie.
I've never seen
that
it.
movie.
I've never seen it. But I don't have to watch 50 Shades of Grey to know what it is. And exactly everything about
You
it.
don't want to.
But I know the music in it because the music was plastered everywhere when it came out.
Yeah, that's true.
And think 50 Shades of Grey in action scenes. It makes no sense.
Yeah. It throws you
horrible.
off. You're watching people fighting each other and you got this crazy backtrack. And it's like, what's going on
It's
here?
bad.
Yeah.
It is trash. Trash music. Trash.
Can you do that dunk again just so I can just see it in slow motion?
That's it. Trash. Trash. No good.
Can you say trash one more time?
Rush. You can slow that down even further later. Final thoughts for this film.
Well, I think you've pretty much gathered what I'm going to say. This is probably going to be the worst movie I've seen this year. I actually talked about this before. I initially gave this a higher score, but after talking about it and analysing it, it's just dropped. So I'm probably give it a 5 out of 10.
Wait, hold on. You didn't give it a 5 out of 10 before.
Oh, didn't I? No,
Yeah,
I
but
gave
you
it
gave
a
it a
4.
4.
Yeah, sorry. It's a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Correction. Actually, I was thinking about what you were going to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, look,
Wow,
4 out of 10. Look, I lost interest within the first 5 minutes. Action scenes throw you out. The story's not great. There are flashbacks in it which are more interesting, but again, it looks like they're shot in present day. To me, it just looks like a student film, like a high-budget student film. That's the best way I can put it. If you're going to this carefree, then you might like it. It's still got pretty good scores on Metacritic if you follow those sites. But yeah, 4 out of 10. I'm not going to watch this again.
No.
It just wasn't good.
Nah. For me, I gave it a 5 out of 10. And I started off thinking to myself, before I did the review with Dan,
me.
it's the first time I've ever done that. I've honestly ever done that. But I came in and I was like,
Were you peer
I'll
pressured?
give it a... I wasn't. I was thinking about it. I was like, I gave it a 6, and now I'm like, I can't give this a 6.
Nah.
So I gave it a 5. And
Yeah, 6 is rewatchable.
yeah, I think that the movie had so much potential. There's so many avenues that you could have gone. I even said I would have liked to have seen her maybe being interrogated or writing a book or something and going back in her past, Andy's past, and talking about that.
Yeah.
And then we never even talked about the fact that there was another new immortal that was brought into it for just a random reason.
Because she's just like a cardboard cutout that was just
Yeah, it was
stuck there
boring.
like this.
Yeah.
And
so
just moved around. There was nothing there.
Really, at the end of the day, this movie just had very little substance. The action wasn't even that enjoyable. The music wasn't fun.
Actually, it was choreographed. You can see there was some sort of choreography involved with it, but you're just lost.
It died on the music and the editing.
Yeah.
That's what it died on.
That's the key
its
part.
Its own sword.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unfortunately, that is the case with the old guard.
Yeah.
It's a 4 out of 10 and a 5 out of 10. This is something that I would put on in the background and not even look at.
One thing I didn't mention in the podcast, have a listen because it's great. It's a great one. Is I don't see the need of these swords and guns.
The swords were cool, and then they got rid of them.
That's the thing.
But it was cool looking.
They shouldn't have needed the guns.
No,
why can't they just have the
swords?
Yeah, and it just
they should be like so good at the swords that they don't even need the guns by now. They've been doing it, but she's been doing it for 6,000 years. She doesn't need a gun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well,
all right.
Yeah, anyway,
let's wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Go listen to Spoil Radio Podcast. It's on Spotify, on Apple iTunes, on SoundCloud, pretty much everywhere. And subscribe to us at Neon Radio channel.
Links are all below.
Yeah, links are all below. And I can't wait to see you next week and to do our next review.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. You want to take us out?
That's enough for us. Lights out.